Yo guys, it is Simmons back with another rematch video. Today we're going to be going over the latest patch hotfix, which took out a couple meta broken moves from the game. So let's get right into this thing. Right here. Oop. Hold on. Let's get in there. Okay. So 2 days ago, the latest patch. Now this is a big one. This latest patch, they're really trying to stamp out all the exploits, all the glitch moves that the community seems to be frothing at the mouth for. So let's just read what they have to say about it. I'm glad the devs are so proactive here in terms of getting this stuff out of the game as soon as possible, because some of these moves, man, they do not belong in a game of football, man, or soccer. Okay, so we got the outfield dive. So if you didn't know, the main thing here is we'll switch over to the Xbox view here. So the outfield dive, initially, upon release, it was actually quicker to cover the length of the field doing this outfield dive by tapping Y. Okay? It was actually faster than just sprinting and boosting, which is completely broken. So let's see what they've done here. They've been closely monitoring, and yeah, the ability to spam the dive instead of sprinting is one mechanic that is a clear balancing issue, a clear exploit. Bypass the limitations for sprint and stamina, and yeah, that's a big one there for me. Negative impact on the look and feel of the game. You don't want these players, trying to do the most meta thing, and they're just jumping all over the field, dolphin diving. That's not how the game is meant to be played. So they adjusted the speed of the player during recovery, so the dive spam is less efficient, which is a much needed change. I was seeing a few people I versed, they were just diving. I was wondering what they were actually doing, whether they needed help. Maybe they play with one of those foot controllers or something. So yeah, they've nipped that in the bud. And they say here that they're going to keep an eye on it, and similar issues in the future. So I think that's a great step in the right direction. Get that out of the game, man. Aesthetically, it just looked so wrong seeing people dolphin dive across the field. And now, the big one. I've seen a few exploiters doing this. I think they should personally get banned. If you ever did this, you should get like a week ban or something. Wall dribbling / climbing. So, if you didn't know, when the game first came out, when you got the ball, you used to be able to hit the ball up into the wall and keep chaining it. So they've obviously patched it now, but essentially, people were going towards the goal, chaining this along the back wall here where the goal is, and just floating in the air. It looked stupid. It looked ridiculous. And I'm glad it's gone for the game. Let's see what they say here. So spamming the volley lob taps against the wall. This is another mechanic that is completely at odds with our vision of Rematch as a football game. That's a huge sentence for me there. Huge sentence. The fix involves making the ball interactable 5 frames later than it used to be. It also affects the abilities other than taps, such as being able to perform a volley shot after a volley lob tap on a very high ball. So when reading this, you might initially think that will have an effect on blade shotting. If you're unfamiliar with that tech, I have made a video on it. I'll put it down in the description for you guys. But from what I have seen so far, this does not affect the blade shot. So they've balanced it well. This removes the aforementioned issue, but we also have an impact on the rest of the game, specifically by making some solo backboard setups harder to execute. So they say here that it is still possible, but I think the way they have patched it just disincentivizes that play because it's so difficult to do. So I guess it's more of a hot fix rather than a complete fix. And that's, these guys need time to work on the game, man. So that's all we can ask for at the moment. It does not remove the mechanic, but it makes it more demanding in terms of player focus and precision. We'll keep monitoring, as they said before. So it's interesting. They haven't fully patched it out of the game, but they've just made it extremely difficult to do. I, for one, am thankful they have gotten the wall, dribbling, flying, climbing mechanic hopefully out of the game, because it just looks fucking stupid. Sorry to swear. It looks stupid. And really, that's what we want our game to be. This isn't Rocket League, bro. We're not flying through the air. We're not doing aerials, okay? Keep the ball on the ground. Simple. Rematch is a game with a lot of complex interactions between mechanics, and even the smallest change can have a big impact on how the game is played. So that's why they've sort of, in their patches here, they've not gone too overboard. They've gone very minimal because, say for this fix here on the wall climb dribble, say that was 10 frames later than it used to be instead of 5. That would just affect blade shotting straight out the gate. And I think blade shotting is definitely safe. They're not going to patch that. I think it's a good tech, adds a bit of variety to the play. If it had affected blade shotting, they would have got a lot of heat for that. So they've gone as minimal as possible in the fix there. Our objective is to refine the balancing act between the pacing of fixes and the stability of the game and its mechanics. We admire the way that the players have come up with new emergent mechanics and advanced techs, some of which add a healthy amount of depth to the game. But some of these unintended mechanics will cause more harm than good, and we think they should be removed from the game. I agree. We will post a new dev blog about new emerging mechanics as they come, and how they plan to deal with them. They also had a couple bug fixes here, so fixed the cam jitter during goal replays, and various fixes on stability issues. So the two main things there, guys. I've got rid of the outfield dive spam, sprint spam, and I've gotten rid of the wall climb mechanic as well. It's good to see the devs are right on top of it, getting this crud out of the game. So yeah, hopefully you guys are informed now. If you were ever wondering why you couldn't wall dribble anymore, here's why. So yeah, I'm glad the main takeaway for me is that they're trying to protect the beautiful game, man. This sentence right here just gives me so much more trust in the devs than I already had. I'm glad they see it as a football game rather than, this bastardization of it, which these two mechanics they were getting a bit ridiculous. So yeah, this gives me a lot of hope in the game going forward. I'm really enjoying it. Hope you guys are too. And that'll be it for today's patch review. Hope that helped you guys out. Let me know in the comments if you think anything else needs to be patched. From what I've seen, these were the two main mechanics that were getting exploited, and I think they've been dealt with in a great manner. So be sure to leave a like on the video, guys. Hit the subscribe button and ding the bell as well. This has been Simmons signing off. I'll see you in the next one.